things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see the number 16 team in the country, the Washington State Cougars, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. BYU about to kick it off as we get this game started. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? So Washington State's offense will have the first possession of the game. And we've been really eager to see this matchup, this quarterback against an elite defense. Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal than this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good with his decision-making, throwing it, running it, pre-snap, post-snap. You make one mistake against this defense.
Oh, he's going to go up top. Snatches it on the right. Lots of room, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Cougars.
Forget establishing the run game. Go up top right now. Play one. Be aggressive. You told everybody all week, we're going to come out, we're going to be aggressive, and they are. They take the shot. They get rewarded. One play, one touchdown. What a start.
He'll bring it out. It's Daniels. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So the BYU Cougars offense will go to work for the first time today. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game was the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Motion from the wideout. Find out, flanked him on the jet sweep. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know this defense was practicing and game planning for this guy in particular. They knew with his speed at receiver, not only would he be catching the football, but they were going to get him involved in the run game as well. That defense looked ready for that play.
He's going to throw deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing this secondary.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Wazoo headed to the line with another 1st down. Power football with the run. He breaks a tackle.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Rides to the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The Cougars are moving quickly down the field. Leaves it with the back. Blast is way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Grab behind the line. It's Woods. Gets it inside the 10. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Jones to throw. Touchdown, Washington State. The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Lets it fly. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
On that RPO play, I don't hate the decision by the quarterback not to hand it off and throw it deep down the field. I just don't like the throw. Not an accurate throw. He never got his feet back underneath him after riding the running back and not handing it off. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals to hit that throw, because that play was there to be made.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. On the run, it's Woods. There he goes. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. They'll ride the hot hand. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington State has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. First play of the period will be a second down. The give to the back. Looks as if that'll be enough to give Washington State a first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Finds his big tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Jones wants to throw it. He's got it on the run. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where
he's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Cougars! Great job by the back on the option. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. It's Booth. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Wants to throw on first down. He's got his man across the middle. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on third down, he's pinning his ears back again.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. On the move, it's Woods. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
They've got it down to the 32. First and 10 coming. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Wazoo! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment beat dang. You talk about home field advantage? Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Single back formation, and they give it to him. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field.
Number 13, on to kick it away.
No fair catches here, looking for room. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Jones to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
This time, it's complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They'll immediately call timeout. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
He wants it all. Touchdown, Washington State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
Coming out with it, it's Daniels. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense And that's something that's just very tough to quantify. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside LaVell Edwards Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Motion from the back. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got his man on the outside. He stepped out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together. And the Cougars can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The option look. Running into the open space. There he goes. He's forced out of bounds at the 31, but that is why you keep it on the ground.
And I feel sorry for this defense. Like, they're having to defend the entire field. QB's already shown he can beat you with his arm. Now, with his legs and his decision-making, getting the ball to the pitch man, he's shown a variety. In this defense, they're having to defend the whole entire field.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. The Cougars come to the line with a new set of downs. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Going for 6. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield. It's Gore. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. It'll be 3rd and long. Jones wants to throw it. Going for it all. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And this QB's had some success, man, throwing to the football to the end zone. Like 3 touchdown passes today. Nice job by the defense responding, right? Don't give up more big plays. Understand he's going to be aggressive and take shots.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. Dead center perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. TCU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Davey O'Brien among the legends to wear that uniform. They're trailing by 10 to SMU. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here's a heat. He'll pull it down and run. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too. And that time, that was a great play call defensively.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Offside, defense.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. The sure hands, it's locked. Turns it on in midfield. Wide open spaces. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
It's caught.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, BYU.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll move the wide receiver. Jones to throw. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And he's down at the 41. That's a 1st down.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
The give to the back. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Cougars lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. On the ground, going for the 1st down with the give to the tight end. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Washington State is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. final period of this one. Leaves it with the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position.
Oh, he's got some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here we go. Handoff to the single back. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. On first and goal, let's see if Washington State can get it in. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cougars. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Looking for a gap. It's Booth. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Not one, but 2 sacks on the day, and possibly more to come. Still time left in this football game, and this is a beatdown. You know all passes are coming. This offensive line back.
Turning it on! He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just...
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
That's reeled in. It's Westbrook. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Last completion got them a first down. Let's see what they do now.
And that's a first down for the offense.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Boom. Holds and fires complete to the right. Got enough space. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Makes the grab. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Bringing the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Moran. Fires to the right. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. They kick it away on 4th down. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open. And he's dragged down. Washington State going quickly. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Woods. Great reaction by this defense. Immediately on the catch. Swarming to the ball. The Cougars line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. Snap to the back. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? 4th down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game, David.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical, watch it go to zeros.
That's caught. It's Woods. And there's going to be a loss on that play. Just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Jones wants to throw it. He's taking the shot. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
You know, I'll give it to the defense here. Obviously, it has not been their day, and this offense has gone up and down the field, lighting up the scoreboard, but you're still seeing this defense compete. And on 3rd and long, expecting pass, everybody on the same page.
Converts on 4th down, still going. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
That's a 1st down for the offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Gets rid of it. Got a man. It's Gore. On the move at the 30. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. Washington State going back to work on first down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Grab near the marker, it's Woods. Timeout is called, clock stops, 13 seconds to go in the game.
This guy's looking real sharp this week. Listen, QBs hate throwing picks. He only threw one last week, but that really ate him up all week long in practice. He wanted to come out here, put his best foot forward. He's done just that.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
It's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. And here we go, final play of the game right here. To throw, it's Moran. Unleashes one deep. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And he's going to go down as time has run out. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals, and usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a